Hey everybody, Monkeypuzzle here, ready with episode number 21, playing Rise of the Resonant Monkeys, my little version of Resonant Rise 3. And if you watched the last episode, we came over here to our Highland Ag Station to be, and we made a nice little start of a base, agricultural experiment station, weird glass cylindrical column that I still need to put the land back around and stuff. This is a work in progress. I'm going to add some more stripes of things to make it look more supported and stuff. But this is the start of a place to get serious, get down to beezness with the bees and the trees and forestry and extra bees and extra trees and all of Benny's mod stuff. And also the magic bees as well, which will aid us in Thaumcraft. So, with no further ado, let's get going. So the first thing we need to do is make a few forestry machines that are going to help us out. And I think I'm going to start with some squeezers so that we can get some seed oil, because we're going to need that to make some stuff. So actually, let me get into this one. And so with the forestry stuff, here is a squeezer. All of these are going to need the sturdy casing, which is just bronze around the outside. So let's make, I don't know, like a dozen of these, and we may never need to make them again. So let's throw that back up there and go back to the squeezer. So we're going to need one for seed oil, we're going to need one for honey, we're going to need one for juice, which we'll get to later. And we may need one for something else that I'm forgetting, I'm sure. So let's throw another up there. Squeezers are necessary. And I learned with honey, actually, it's good to have a few because it takes a while with one. You can get kind of a backlog. So we got some squeezers. Now, while we're in here, oh, actually, that's for the honey drops, right? For the honey, we need the centrifuge. And that's this thing here. So let's make a few of those. So we got some squeezers and some centrifuges. We're also going to need some carpenters. I may use up all my casings already. So let's go ahead, and we're going to need one of these for each of the kinds of liquids we're going to have in them. One's going to have seed oil, and one has water, and one has something else I'm remembering. Let's go ahead and make some more casings. So I'll make another batch of those, and maybe now we'll have enough. So I'm going to make one more carpenter. We're not going to need these all right now, but that's a good amount of the stuff to start with. So let's go ahead and lay some power down here now. So good place to do this. So let me see. Let's go maybe this way with the seed oil stuff and the building of the apiaries and the combs and all that. And then we'll maybe go this way with the processing of the honey. Let's see how that goes. This is all subject to change, but I'm thinking about starting there because right under here, or under here actually, is our tesseract where the power is coming from. So let's say we started seed oil production right there. If that's a good enough spot. So let's get some power coming up here. Go like that. And then let's just make me a way to get underneath things here. So let's go into hover and go down. And actually, I didn't mean to put the item thing. This is power that we need here, of course. So let's get some power going on. And we'll put that up there. And that will be a good start. And we'll just hook that up directly right there. So now we can start with laying down the squeezer, or our first squeezer. And so the squeezer actually, let's face it inwards this way, just for the heck of it. So this is going to need seed oil. So we're going to need to get seed oil into here. So we're going to need to get seeds here. And this was actually one of the things why I started, one of the reasons why I started the Ancient Warfare farm a while back. Because now we have plenty of seeds somewhere in here. If I can see, we should have million billion seeds. There we go. 90,000 of these guys. So let's grab one to start with, and let's get an export bus like that. And then this thing is slow enough, I don't think we're going to need to speed it up at all. And then let's get some of the smart cable I'm using for this. We're going for the color of bees. Although this is going to be underneath, so maybe the ones underneath will just keep gray for now, just to kind of keep them in the background. And so if I want to get seeds into here, but I don't necessarily want to run the cable up top, let's see what we can do down here. So let's get a chest is I think what we're going to need to do that. So we just need a regular old wood chest. Doesn't need to have much capacity, just something that the export... Actually, yeah, the export bus could go directly in here, but if I want to hide the cabling, I'd need to go up here. And the cool thing about the Ender IO conduits is that they can double up like that. So if I brought some... Let me see, we need to clear up another space here for these. And maybe I want a nicer color eventually, but let's just do this for now. So I can come out of this one. You can only come out of these 4 solid blocks on this guy. So I might have actually been able to come out of there. Yeah, let's try that actually, see if that works. This might as well save these, because by the end of this, we're going to be using up plenty of channels. Can I do this? There we go. Some folks are coming home, so I'll be right back. Alright, family came home, but everybody's settled in, and I am back. So my thought was that we'd put a chest like there, and then have this automatically extract, and then in here, let's see if I can get to the bottom of that. Yep, so this is going to be insert for that. So then we can take that export bus right there and put some seeds in it. And if all is going right, let's check it out. Here, we're getting seeds in here, and they're going to get turned into seed oil. And just that export bus by itself is going ahead and putting them in here faster than the squeezer can work. And it takes a lot of seeds to get seed oil. So each seed is giving us 10 millibuckets. So it takes a while, but this will be good enough. So that's the start of our bee production. So then let's move on. So let's take this and we're going to store it in a drum. So let's say the drum can go here. And I think you can take out of the sides of these things. We'll find out. So let's go ahead and put that conduit there. And then we're going to extract out of that side and insert into there. So that's already working. So this will be a buffer so that we can make lots of seed oil. And then next, let's go ahead and put down a carpenter. And it's going to go maybe here. Actually, we could use up a little less room and put it here. Yeah, let's go ahead and actually clear this out and turn it around just to be finicky. That should be fine. So where was I? The squeezer. Okay, let's put it back there. It's filling back up again, going back to its job. And we didn't lose any seed oil because it all went into there. I can throw these back in. And then now we can throw the carpenter here. Oh, wait. Yeah, this is going to be the wrong... all right, I'm going to stop being so finicky. I can always change this later. Let's put the carpenter there. Oh, I'm already not happy with it. Okay. Here. This is it. We're gonna break that. I got this figured out. I got this. And then the carpenter can go there. Perfect. And then now we can put this on here again. Now we want to disable it here because we're done with that. We just want a continuous loop like this. So this is going to be extract, and this will be insert. So this is going to be our seed oil carpenter right there. And in here with the seed oil, we're going to do various things. We've already got 6 apiaries, but we want to make more. So to make an apiary, we want to make this thing called a sturdy or no, an impregnated casing, right, and impregnated sticks. So there's the impregnated casing, and so for that we just need a circle of wood, and we put them in here with the seed oil, and then that's going to go ahead and make this as, oh wait, these need to go in there because that's just a ghost image, and then as soon as it has enough seed oil, it will make us an impregnated casing. And that's how we go ahead and make the apiaries. The apiary, the full thing for an apiary is like this. So the impregnated casing, and then planks, and then slabs on top. So that would be easy enough once we have this. And this is how you get there. We don't want to make too many apiaries because I found that they actually have a high tick rate on the server. They're one of the more demanding machines, believe it or not. But a few of them is okay. So I'm going to limit myself to about a dozen and no more than that. And I'll keep an eye in Opus on how much they do. But you don't want to have giant arrays of apiaries unless you're the only one on the server and you know what you're doing. They do have, they are pretty demanding, believe it or not. So the other thing you can do in there, and I should have got a head start on the seed oil, but I didn't. Let's go ahead and see what's going on in here. So it still hasn't made the first impregnated casing. But that's all right. We'll get there. The next thing, actually, I think I do it with these, is we can make impregnated sticks. And it's still waiting for some more seed oil as well in order to do this. I wonder if we go to impregnated stick, if it'll tell us how much seed oil we need. It needs 100 millibuckets, and we have way more than that. So, oh, silly me. I forgot to put power in here. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. So let's go ahead, and that is over here, I believe. Yep. And let's go ahead and get some power over there, and then we'll be in Beezness. Okay. So now that should be working. That was really silly. Okay, and I've made a bunch of these as well, these conduit facades, so that afterwards I can go ahead and fill all this in. If I go like that, nope, I have to do that later. Anyway, that's a nicety. I can fill that in after that. So now we've made 18 impregnated sticks, 20, 22, 24. Let's stop there, I think. Oh, wait, no, we got to take that. Stop there. That's fine. We'll need tons of these in the long run. And then we can go back to this recipe. And when it has enough for that, the impregnated casing needs 250 millibuckets. So there we go. We're working on our first impregnated casing. So yeah, let's just make enough for 6 of those. So if there's 8 times 6, we need 48 logs. That was 30. So we need 10 more logs, I think. So wood. And let's go ahead and get some more oak. And let's throw 10 more of these in there for starters over here. Okay, so that should make us the amount I want. Now with these, what you can do with these impregnated sticks, and eventually I'll cover this over so I don't have to go around. Wrong one. This one is you put them around like that, and then we'll throw this one in there. Come on, you can do it. Go inside. That's weird. I must be lagging. Get some string. And why do I have that capacitor? Oh my gosh. Okay, so that goes there. Things aren't going back in. I'm getting some major lag. Anyway, this makes impregnated frames like that. And these are a sturdier frame than some of the frames you saw me make first. So if we go to frames, like this for bees, let me see, where are they? These ones, you can make an untreated frame, an impregnated frame, or this I can only get from villagers, the proven frame. These are your basic frames, and these only differ in how long they last, how much damage they can take. And these are the best. These hardly last at all. These ones are decent. And then these are all specialized frames we're going to get into. So let's see how this is doing. We got some more casings. And actually, I have enough for, I've got enough for 8 apiaries now. So let's just set this to making sticks from here on, because we're going to need a lot more frames to get to business here, to Beezness. So let's go ahead in here on the apiary. We're going to need these in the middle. Let's erase that. I need these in the middle. And oh, those other things did eventually go in, didn't they? Okay, so, and then to make the apiary, there's a lot of apiarist things. We go like that, and now we got 2 more apiaries. So there we go. If I hadn't found these, those would have been my first 2 apiaries at all. And I didn't need sticks because that was the recipe. So we have 8 more. Let's go ahead and make 1 more frame right now and get that string back. I'll have to make some more of these. That actually is a pretty appropriate word for bees, but it's not the right word. There we go. So with all those, now for today we're going to need 1 specialized frame. We're going to need the soul frame, and that one is right there. So you take an impregnated frame and you mix it with soul sand, and what this does is it basically increases the mutation rate of the bees, because we're going to get into breeding bees today. We also need to get some more bee products so that we can get going here. So that's some basics. As soon as we get some other products, we're also going to need to set up some centrifuges and some squeezers. Let's get some centrifuges going right now. Let's go ahead and put some power down here. I have to go down there and connect it, and these go right here and here. We'll start with 2. Let me connect that up. Below Azo, like that, and just using all that nice power we got going on. And then in here we've got a bunch of comb already from what I was doing before. So let's just take some of the regular old honeycomb. It's raining, and then pretty soon it won't be raining. So we put that in there and that in there, thanks to the weatherman. And let's get some, whatchamacallums, some hoppers. So we need a couple hoppers for this, and then we'll get some chests as well. What kind of chests we got here? We could start with gold, I guess. Actually, I need some more gold chests, so let's just make some of those. So we're going to make some of those and just make a stack. We're so rich now. And let's get a gold chest going on. I don't want to make a stack of these, but we'll just make a bunch like that. And we could turn these into diamond chests later and stuff. But we'll get the hoppers here, and eventually I should just do this with item ducks, because hoppers can be quite demanding on tick rate as well. But we'll just get it going. And now in here I can throw a bunch of combs. Let's grab all the rest of these and just get them processing, or at least a bunch of them. Anything I can throw away? Sure, let's put that back at least. That's 1 more stack of those. Okay, so we'll just throw some of those in there, and some of those in there. And then this is going to start turning them into products, and this is going to fill up. We're going to get honey drops and beeswax, both of which we'll use later, but we need to build these up for now, eventually, so we can get to the alveary, which is like the uber apiary. But that will be a minute, but let's just get this process happening. Eventually I'll get it so these are all going back into the ME system, but I'll save that for later. So that's good for now. Let's go ahead and close this back up, I think. That should be good. And so let's get down here and start doing some stuff with the bees. So let me see, about I want to find the center. So let me just take a look here. Yeah, I can move this later. What should we use as our center mark? Alright, I took a moment with my trusty tape measure and kind of spaced these out. This is basically a 64 by 64 area, and I spread them out like this. These are for the 4 apiaries I have yet to make. Like I said, I'm limiting myself to 12 because they have an area of effect, one for making flowers on the ground, but also for pollinating trees. And we're going to be placing trees around these for various breeding experiments. So I wanted enough room to cover a lot of area for pollinating, but also to have room to place big trees in between and not be obstructing these from the sky, because that's an important part of it too. They have to be clearly visible to the sky. So once again, I'm going to make it daytime. And then in the 10 minutes we have left, let's get this started. And we're just going to get this started. So for each one of these, what I'm going to do is set up some item conduit and a chest. So I guess we can have them all face forward just to keep it even. And generally, the thing we'll do is something pretty simple like this. So we'll just set this up. Also, this one will be extracting. So it's going to pull anything out that can come out. And actually, I don't even need that one. Let's go down here. This one will be insert. So it's going to insert anything that can be inserted. And then, let me see, if we put this back here, this is where a chest is going to go. So I'm going to use obsidian chests, one, because they're large, but also because we're going to have the product of a lot of breeding in them. And if a creeper comes and blows it up, maybe I'll lose this, or at least these things will get scattered, and I won't lose what's in here, or at least have them get scattered. So this is going to be insert into there. So anything that can't go back in here will then go into this chest. So each one of these is going to get 2 impregnated frames and 1 sole frame. So this is going to be so it creates more products, more comb. And this is going to be to increase the rate of mutation, because we're trying to get new bees right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these frames off me, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I just got the frames put in. Still, this is only one set up. Eventually, we can put some grass facades to pretty it up so you don't see all the tech in with the bee stuff. So now, first, let's make a thing called a beealyzer. This thing, we're going to have to make that in the carpenter with water. So this is why we needed the second carpenter, and we're going to need tin, glass, diamonds, and redstone. So we need tin, glass, or it was panes, wasn't it? Panes, diamond, and redstone. That one. And we're also going to need to make a treealyzer. So let's see what we need for that. That's copper, panes, redstone, and diamonds. So let's get that going. So we just need copper, that one. And then finally, let me see, we're going to need another carpenter, like that. And we're going to need some water. So let's get a reservoir going. Needs to make some more of those. So yeah, I got 4 of those. And I got some water buckets in here. I do. So we need 2 of those. 1, 2. And then I'll need to get the water pipes back out. Those guys. Okay. So, and I'm going to need some more power for this. So let's go ahead and bust a hole right there, say. Oh, let's put it back there. Keep the space going. And okay, I just went ahead and speeded through that just to make it go faster. But basically now we have a carpenter with power and water. So I can close this back up, I think. And now we can go ahead and put those things in there. So it was think I'm going to wing this. I think it was redstone like that and a diamond, and then one was tin and one was copper. So this stuff tends to go as long as it has materials. So let's limit it with the diamonds. And so this one will be the tin. So that will give us the beealyzer, which I'll come back when that's done. There we go. We got a beealyzer. Let's take the tin out now and put in the copper. And that will give us the treealyzer. And let's give it a diamond. And then we're going to get that. Okay, so there's the treealyzer. We got a treealyzer and a beealyzer. And then in these have been busy and they're full. They're not going to do anything until I empty them again. But we needed honey drops, which we have now. And then let's get some bees and some trees. Let me see, I can put this back, that back, make some room here. And then we're going to need the bees. So let's look up princesses first, what we have. So we're going to need the forest princesses and the meadows princesses. So we needed the pristine stock, not the ignoble stock. The ignoble stock dies out over time, but the pristine does not. So we've got one good forest princess and one good meadows princess. And then one of them also turned into a queen, and that one's a forest one. So that's great. So, and then let's go to our drones. And over here in the drones, we have a whole bunch of meadows drones. Let's get a stack of those. And a whole bunch of forest drones. Let's get a stack of those. And then also, let's get some rocky princesses as well. So we can get the rest of those. We got 3. Let's go for 6 right now. Okay. And I think we're good to go. Oh, wait, we need some saplings as well. So let's get each of the vanilla saplings. So we're going to need an oak. We'll just grab 16 of those. And we're going to need birch. So that's more than we need actually of each of these. So I'll just put some back. And fir. There we go. And jungle. Do I have any jungle? I don't, so I'll have to get jungle. But I have each of these. And those are the 4 main, or is fir, or no, it's spruce, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I want, spruce. That is biomes of plenty. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we just got to remember to get some jungle ones later. So I think I'm good to go here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start crossbreeding. And actually, I don't want to use any of these yet because these are my pristine ones. Actually, I should not have grabbed those. What I should do is I'm going to take the rocky princesses, and this one I'm going to turn into a forest princess. So basically, I throw a bunch of these in here. It probably won't take like more than 4 or 5, but let's put 16 forest drones in there. And actually, we don't want that yet because we don't want to mutate yet. What we're going to do is after a few cycles, this is going to become a forest queen or forest princess. If you saw what happened just now, I didn't describe it very well. So let me do it again. Gosh, it gets nighttime all the time, doesn't it? We'll do it again over here. I'll set up the pipes later. Let's take that out. So we put the princess in, and then when you put a drone in, we'll just do forest again over here. Or, well, since we're demonstrating, let's do some meadows. And what happens is, when I put this in, they're going to mate. See, this bar goes up, and one of the drones is going to disappear, and this one now becomes a queen. It goes from being a princess to a queen, and you can see everything's happy. We get these little bee particle effects. And it's working because we're in the right climate zone. The highlands are normal for temperature and humidity. So that works out well. You can't see that, but it says T normal, H normal. And you know, one thing's missing actually, and I'm not sure why it's working, is because it doesn't have the right flowers actually. I bet in a minute it's going to figure that out and go, wait a minute, I'm not working. So let's grab, say, some dandelions. That'll get us started. And very quickly, they're going to create a whole bunch of flowers themselves. So they need at least one flower in the nearby vicinity in order to work. So let's just grab these and put them here just to be on the safe side. Seems to be working right now, but it shouldn't be because those weren't there. But that'll keep it working. So there we go. So now what's going to happen with this automatic setup is it's going to go ahead and do this brute force breeding for me. It's going to, every time this is done, they're all going to go over there. There'll be a new princess that has crossed with this, and some new drones that are created. Only these drones that are identical to these will go in here right now because the way they stack. So I'm good for a minute on automatic. Otherwise, I would not have it on automatic like this. So that's the first step, is I'm going to go ahead and create a whole bunch more Meadows princesses and Forest princesses. And then I'm going to be able to crossbreed them. So this is the next step. So I'll set that up in all of these in the interim. And so when we start next time, since I don't really have time for it today, we'll start the crossbreeding of Forest and Meadows. And basically, there's a series of crosses we need to do to get to any of the bees. But right now, we're going to go for just the basic level of breeding where we can get to, basically our goal is an imperial bee and an industrious bee. And the imperial bees make royal jelly and the industrious make pollen. And those are what we're going to need to get to make anything else pretty much. And also to get the products we need for alvearies, which are big multi-block bee houses, basically. Well, bee house is a specific thing too, but you know what I mean. Their next level goes from bee house to apiary to alveary, which is the multi-block. And we'll need that so we can start doing Benny's genetics and actually starting to manipulate the genetics and take some shortcuts. So that's as far as we're going to get with the bees today. We might see this end once, but yeah, I'm going to put 3 frames each just so we're getting products while we do this, so we continue to accumulate combs. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the treealizer, and to start breeding, I could place down the vanilla one, but we'll actually skip a step, I think, if we go ahead and we treealize these. And we need to put the rest of the honey drops in here. And notice how it's gone from oak sapling to apple oak sapling. These are now forestry saplings instead of straight vanilla Minecraft. Same here, we got birch sapling. We put it in here. Now it's a silver birch sapling. And for each of them, we are getting all these stats, which we're going to manipulate as we go along as well. And then the spruce sapling now turns into red spruce sapling. And if we had a jungle sapling, they turn into something else too. I forget what they are. So now we want to get these cross-breeding right away. So let's put these down on our hotbar and then start planting them. So we just want to kind of space them around. So let's put out the spruce, or excuse me, the birch, the silver birch now. And then we'll put out the spruce and just kind of space them around. And these are going to start basically getting pollinated by the bees, and that's going to start creating new trees that don't exist in vanilla Minecraft. So I'm just going to put all these down, and the bees will do their magic on them. And just to get it going faster, which I don't really need to do, let's just grab some bone meal in here and throw that down here. So we got a lot going on already, although we haven't even really gotten that far. But let's just get these grown. And then next time, we'll get into the grafter and checking out what's pollinated and being able to see those. We'll need to make some spectacles so we can see what's pollinated and so on. But we've already started the beginnings of our whole agricultural experimentation station. So just to summarize, right now I'm going to get all these going automatically like this, and we're going to brute force create a bunch more pristine forest princesses and pristine meadows princesses. Those are just bees you find out there in the world right now. I collected them in previous episodes, which I showed you. And then next episode, we're going to use those for crossbreeding, because since this is all we have right now, we don't want to mess these up. We want to keep a pure stock of pristine meadows and forests. We probably won't ever go back to them, but just for the sake of it, we're going to hold on to that. And we have tons of these rocky princesses from Quarine. And then we'll also check on the results of the tree crossbreeding. And you can kind of get a sense, of how this is going to go. Basically, we're going to work down the line of tree breeding and bee breeding in our little setup here. And they're going to get more and more different kind of trees as we go. And this will be the last time not the last time, because we might have to recross with some other things, but we're going to go way beyond these vanilla trees into some very cool forestry trees. So there's lots more to do here. We'll take breaks from it. I'll come here and we'll do this occasionally, or maybe we'll do a little bit of it each episode. But that is a very good start. We have started forestry and bees. We're not quite into extra bees yet, but we will. So I hope you enjoyed this. I am Monkeypuzzle, and I'm getting down to Beezness. So I will see you next episode. Thank you very much for watching until the end. And for now, bzzz.